Hello students, so this is the second video of your chapter number 1, knowing our numbers, for the exercises 1.7 up to 1.10. Next is exercise 1.7 and the question number 1 is estimate the following by rounding of each factor to the nearest hundreds. So we have been given certain parts. And what do we have to do? We have to consider each number rounded off to the nearest hundreds and then calculate the sum or the difference, whatever the operation tells us to do. So part number first is 730 plus 998. That is, we have to add 730 to 998, but after rounding off each factor to the nearest hundreds. So in part number first factor is 730, rounded off to the nearest hundreds, it is 700, and the second factor is 998, rounded off to the nearest hundreds, it is 1000. So add both these numbers, that is 700 and 1000, answer would be 1700. Likewise for the second part, it is 796 minus 314. So consider 796 rounded off to the nearest hundreds, it is 800, and consider 314 rounded off to the nearest hundreds, it is 300. Therefore subtract 800 and 300, the answer would be 500. And next is question number 2, that is estimate the following by rounding off each factor to the nearest thousands. Take each factor rounded off to the nearest thousands and then do the operation, either subtraction or addition. Number first part is 12,904 added to 2,888. Round off first 12,904 to the nearest thousand, it is 13,000, and then round off 2,888 to the nearest thousands, it is 3,000. Then add 13,000 and 3,000, the answer would be 16,000. Likewise for the second part, 28,292 minus 21,496. Round off first factor, that is 28,292 to the nearest thousand, which is 28,000, and 21,496 rounded off to the nearest thousand, it is 21,000. Subtract both these numbers, the answer is 7,000. Next is question number 3. Estimate the following by rounding off each number to its greatest place. So what do we do? To its greatest place means the highest place value in this digit. In each of the factors, we have to consider those digits and then round it off to the corresponding place. Suppose first part is 439 plus 334 plus 4,317. Consider first factor, that is 439. Its greatest place value is hundreds. 9 at the units place, 3 at the tens place, and 4 at the hundreds place. So the greatest place value is a hundreds place. Likewise for 334, the greatest place value is hundreds. And for 4,317, the greatest place value is thousands. 7 at the ones place, 1 at the tens place, 3 at the tens, 3 at the thousands, hundreds place, and 4 at the thousands place. So what do we do? In case of 439, the highest place value is hundreds, so we round off 439 to the hundreds, to the nearest hundreds, and the answer is 400. In case of 334, the highest or the greatest place value is 100, so we round off 334 to the nearest hundreds, which is 300, and in case of 4,317, the greatest place value is 1000, so we round off 4,317 to the nearest thousands, which is 4,000, and then add 400, 300, and then 4,000. Answer would be 4,700. Likewise for the second part, 8325 minus 491. In 8325, the highest place value is 1000, 8 at the thousands place. So we round off 8,335 to the nearest thousands, which is 8,000. And 491, the highest place value is hundreds, rounded off to the nearest hundreds, that is 500. And then subtract 8,000 and 500, the answer would be 7,500. So next is part number 3, that is 898 multiplied by 785. In 898, the highest place is hundreds, because we have 8 at the ones place, 9 at the tens place, and 8 again at the hundreds place. Therefore, the highest place value is 100. So we round 898 to the hundreds place, which is 900, which gives us the answer as 900. And for 785, again the highest place is hundreds. So we rounded off to the hundreds, to the nearest hundreds, which is 800 for 785. Then we multiply 900 by 800, which gives us 72 with 4 times 0. Likewise, we have to do part number 4. Then is exercise 1.8, which states that write the expression for each of the following statements using brackets. So we will be given certain expressions. We will have to write a mathematical statement for them, and we have to make use of the brackets here. So part number first is 4 multiplied by the sum of 3 and 7. Take the sum of 3 and 7 in brackets and then multiply it by 4. So solution would be 4 multiplied by, in brackets, that would be 13 plus 7. Likewise, for part number 2, you will have to write the difference of 9 and 4 in brackets and then multiply it by 8, because the question says that we have to take 8 multiplied by the difference of 4 from 9. And similarly, for part number 3, what you have to do, you have to take the difference of 28 and 7 in brackets and then divide them by 3. So next is question number 2, which states that simplify each of the following. Part number first is 124 minus, in brackets, that is 12 minus 2 multiplied by 9. So what do we do? First, we solve the expression inside the brackets. So it's 12 minus 2, which gives us 10. Then we go for the multiplicative portion, that is 10 multiplied by 9, which gives us 90. And finally, we subtract 90 from 124, which gives the answer as 34. You have to make use of the BODMAS rule, which is we have to solve first the bracket portion, then it's off, then it is division, then it is multiplication, addition, and finally subtraction. Similarly, you have to do part number 2. Next is exercise 1.9, which states that you have to simplify each of the following. So it's simple mathematical expressions will be given and you have to solve them. And in the part first up to 4th, you simply have to multiply these expressions. So next is exercise 1.10, where we have to study Roman numerals and their Hindu-Arabic numerals. So here is a table for your reference, wherein you can see the Hindu-Arabic numerals with their corresponding Roman numerals have been given. So exercise 1.10, question number 1 states write the Roman numerals for each of the following. So we have been given numbers in the Hindu-Arabic system and we have to convert them to the Roman numerals. Our part number first is 33. Converting it into the Roman numerals, we first write 30 for the digit 3, which is at the units place. And since x stands for 10, for 30 we write 3 x's, and then for the digit at the units place, that is 3, we write the symbol for 3. Likewise for 48, for 154, for 248, 1008, and then for 3794. First we write the digit at the thousands place, which is 3000. The symbol for it would be 3 times m, because 1 m stands for 1000. So for 3000 we write MMM. Then we write 700, which is DCC, and then 90, which is XC, and then 4, which is IV. This is the symbol for 3794. Then our question number 2 states that write the following in the Roman numerals. First part is 4201. 4 is at the thousands place, 2 is at the hundreds place, 0 is at the tens place, and 1 is at the units place. First we write 4000, the symbol for 4000, which is given by IV with a bar over it. Then we write 200, which is C and C, and then we write for 1, which is the symbol for 1. Write the symbol for 1. So the symbol would be IV with a bar, then CC, and then I. Now second part would be, that is 10,009. Write the symbol first for 10,000, which is at the thousands place. It is 10. So write X with a bar, because 10,000 is noted as X with a bar over it. And then we write the digit at the units place, which is 9. So it would be IX. Then it is third part, that is 44,000. At the thousands place we have 44. So we write the symbol for 44, and 44 is written as XLIV, which is 44, and with a bar over it. And then for the fourth part we have 25,819. At the thousands place we have 25. So we write 25, the symbol for 25, which is XXV with a bar over it. And then 800, that is D, C, C and C. And then 19, which is XI and then X. Question number 3 states that write the following in the Hindu Arabic numerals. Now we have been given numbers in the Roman numeral and then convert them into the Hindu Arabic numeral. And finally, question number 4 is write the following in the Hindu Arabic numeral. Again, we have to convert the numbers given in the Roman numerals to the Hindu Arabic numerals. You can take the help from the table which I have provided in slide number 14, and then accordingly you can write the answers for these questions.